housing market is stuck or frozen. That's what most people would want you to believe.
So, do you believe all that?
Is the housing market in an area that can't recover, in an area that is going to be still for a very long time? Well, we're going to talk about that in this video, and I believe the information that I'm going to provide you will give you a little bit more insight of what's actually going on in the housing market. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. As always, hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. Also, check in the description and in the pinned comment. I have a newsletter, and it's free. You hear that? Free. And I talk about things that I don't talk about on these videos or on this channel, guys. So make sure that you join in on that. Once again, it's free. But let's jump into it, guys. It's that the housing market is stuck and Americans can't afford homes. Investors aren't buying property and economists see little relief ahead. Now, let's break that down. Let's break that title down. It says here, Americans can't afford homes. We know that housing right now is unaffordable. Everybody understands that. We understand that housing has just shot up ridiculous amounts. And this is the reason why I always say, let's say it together, do not overpay. And investors, guys, we all understand that deals are very hard to come by. The prices are too high. There's no cash flow. So we understand that both sides. Have you seen that meme with Spider-Man? Everybody's pointing the finger at everybody. That picture is basically investors, sellers, and buyers all pointing the finger at each other. So the problem is everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to win. The sellers, buyers, investors. Everybody wants to have it in their favor. And right now, it's in nobody's favor. It's just not. But this isn't a bad thing, guys. I know. This is not what you wanted to hear. You wanted to hear it was in your favor. But listen, just follow me on this one. It says, low inventory, high mortgage rates, high prices have created a difficult housing market. Homeowners have seen equity climb, but house hunters are having a hard time breaking into the market. And purchases by real estate investors plunged 45% in the second quarter compared to last year. Now, we've talked about this. If you've watched my other videos, you know that I was just talking about how investors are having a very, very hard time in this market. And this goes along with the buyers also. And then it does not help that interest rates are high, and prices are high, and everything associated with purchasing a home is high. But here's the thing. Isn't this part of the cycle, guys? Isn't this exactly what's supposed to happen when you're going on a downturn? Isn't it supposed to be that, you know, you see this cycle happen, everybody is not understanding exactly what's gonna happen next. If this happens, if you do this, this might happen. Isn't that the way that the cycle has always been?
That's a good point. You've got a good point.
I mean, at least if you just look at just the most recent downturn, which is 2008, everybody was doing this exact same thing. Everybody was wondering,
Can I buy a home as an investor? Is it great for the seller? Is it good for the buyer? And then boom!
It was bad for everybody. That's kind of exactly what's going to happen in this housing market, guys. You have to look at past experiences to see exactly where this housing market is going. And we actually have that. We actually have history of the housing market going down. Look at 2008. We all understand. And I know somebody's going to be angrily typing in my comment section,
It's not like 2008, Orlando, you're wrong.
and I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's not exactly like 2008, but you don't think that you can take some of the things that happened in 2008 and apply it to this cycle? I would think, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that are eerily the same. Now, let's take a look at this, guys. It said a recent Redfin survey found that young adults particularly are facing headwinds. 38% of buyers under 30 in a survey said they rely on family to help afford a down payment in the form of either cash or an inheritance. Now, guys, let's remember this. You guys may not remember, but a while, 6 months, 7, 8 months ago, I was doing videos telling individuals, make sure you save your money because there's going to be a bunch of buyers that come onto the market that had plenty of cash, that at one point money was burning a hole in their pocket, and those same individuals will now be scrambling for down payment money. They really had so much cash in their pocket due to the pandemic and all of the money that was just being thrown around. But just remember, these same individuals are now saying that they're having a hard time. When you were flush with cash and all you had to do was take the money, put it in the savings account, and just wait, have patience.
What is taking so long? I wasted all day!
Some of these individuals actually took the money and they said, I don't care if I'm buying an overpriced home. I really don't care.
Wait, what?
Now some of these individuals have lost equity. Some of these individuals have lost their homes based on what's happening in the economy when it comes to jobs. And now they're trying to figure out what their next step is.
Like, what is my life?
This is the reason why on this channel, I always say, sit on the sidelines with a purpose, guys. Make sure that you're doing all of your research. Make sure you know exactly what's going on with your job when it comes to stability. Make sure that you have an emergency savings account. I say all of this, but yet I get DMs, emails all the time from viewers and subscribers that say, Orlando, I bought. Yeah, I knew I was going to overpay. Yeah, I knew that I shouldn't be buying it, but I bought it. What do I do next? And I'm like, oh man, do you have a time machine? If you have a time machine, I can help you. I can really help you. But if you don't have that, there's nothing really I can do. There's nothing. Only thing I can do is tell you, you need to find another job, or you shouldn't have bought that house.
You are made of stupid.
But with all seriousness, guys, look, this housing market is going to have its ups and downs, guys. So you really need to prepare. You really need to prepare in the ways that I have told you are the ways that you think that you should, because, you know, regardless of what I tell you, you're going to do what you want to do or what you have to do for you and your family. But here's the thing. Credit is tightening, guys. Banks are no longer throwing money out for mortgages. I mean, the data is showing you this. You can go right now and take an old pre-approval, and it will not, I promise you this, it will not be the same rates for sure. It will not be the same standards for sure that you got 6, 7, 8 months, a year, 2 years ago. It just won't. Fact. We got student loans turning back on, guys. Student loans. A lot of you guys had student loans that are $300, $400, $600, $800 a month. What happens when all that turns back on? A lot of things are going to change in this housing market when it comes to affordability that just won't be directly linked to the price of the home. Will you be able to afford it if you don't have a job? Will you be able to afford it if you got student loans that come back on that you're paying $800 a month on? Will you still be able to afford it if you bought in a really expensive car? Will you still be able to afford it if inflation continues to go up? And will you still be able to afford it if you are purchasing a house? If you're purchasing a house that is already overvalued, buying a house that you're paying $50,000 over asking, can you afford all of those things? And until all of this kind of gets situated out, it's going to be a situation where everybody is pointing the finger at everybody, where buyers, investors, and sellers are all pointing the finger at each other saying,
I don't know who's winning this war when it comes to the housing market. It's not in the favor of anybody.
because this isn't a seller's market, this isn't a buyer's market, and this for sure isn't an investor's market. So guys, you have to sit on the sidelines with a purpose. And as always, regardless of the information I'm giving, do what's best for you and your family, guys. And as we go into this wintertime, we're going to see some changes, guys. And I don't think everybody's going to be happy about them. Some people will, but not everybody. As always, guys, I hope you got value out of this content, but you will not get all of your information from this one video. I need you to watch this video over here. It will give you information on the housing market, financial news, get into your first rental property, guys, and the information you will get from that video, it will be gold, guys. See you in the next one. Thanks.